How many vlogs can I end and start on the same day? I guess we're gonna see. Hi besties, what's up? My name is Makenzie and welcome to my channel and welcome to another cramming vlog. Also, do you guys like my shirt? I am apparently in my cowgirl era because I read the Chestnut Spring series. And yeah, I don't know. I like this. I got it from American Eagle. They were doing like a huge sale a couple years ago and I literally have not worn this, or there's another like pastel version that I have. Haven't worn either of them, but I saw this just laying around and I was like, I want to wear that. So it has been a while since I have done a cramming vlog and I wanted to do another one. So it is currently Thursday, May 30th at almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And you know what? Honestly, I want to have good vibes this weekend for the next 2 days. I want to finish things that I haven't finished yet this month that I think I really should finish before the end of the month. And yeah, let's talk about like some of my tentative reading plans. These aren't set in stone. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. They aren't set in stone, but we're gonna see about it. So first, I'd like to finish like, I'm gonna say the last 300 pages of this book, even though I think that's a little bit of an overstatement. But anyways, I want to finish like the last 300 pages of this book. I have read some of it today already, and I am really enjoying this. So this is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Clarissa Broadbent. And yeah, like I said, I'm really enjoying it. If you guys don't know, this book follows our main character, Araya, and she is a human living in a vampire world. And she has been training her whole life to enter into the Kajari, which is like a magic competition that mostly only vampires participate in because it's essentially like a death promise for humans. And she has been training her whole life to do this so that she can get one wish from the god. I don't remember her name, but basically she wants to request a certain thing from this god, so she really wants to win. And we also follow our other main character, Rain, I believe is how you say his name, and he and Araya team up in an unlikely pair and it goes from there. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this book. I'm super happy that I'm reading it and enjoying it. I just haven't necessarily had time to fully dedicate to this book, but I would like to. Next, we have a novella called The Alchemist's Vow, or An Alchemist's Vow, maybe, by Helen Schurer. It is like, I think it's the first in like a short story collection by her that you can get for free on her website if you sign up for her newsletter. And I believe that this one follows the events before Blood and Steel happens. And I really wanted to get into that and see kind of what I was getting into when getting into her writing. And I am enjoying it so far, as much as you can, I guess, with a novella. I do not remember how far into this one I am. I'm anywhere in between, I think 30 and 50%, if not like 20 and 40%. So I know that's a big range, but that's all I remember. So I'd really like to get that finished up. I think it's a bit ridiculous that I'm still reading it. I don't even remember when I started it, but I think it's a bit ridiculous that I haven't finished it yet. So I'd like to get on that. There are a couple other things like The Graham Effect by Al Kennedy. I'd love to finish annotating and reading that one, but I don't know how hopeful I am about that one. And then I'm also rereading and annotating Night Shift by Annie Crown, and I would really like to finish that one as well, but I guess we're gonna see. That's the one that I've been working on mostly this afternoon, so yeah, like I said, we'll see. But I also want to see, I want to film a reading vlog for Happy Place by Emily Henry, and if I do that, it'll probably be tomorrow. It's not gonna be today, but I really want to do a reading vlog. I hope it's not too late to do a dedicated reading vlog for this, but I need to read all my Emily Henry books before I buy her new one. I don't remember what her new one is called right now. I love the cover and I love the spine. It is super cute, so hopefully I love all of her books because that is the plan. I would like to read all the books I own from her before I get her newest one. So I wouldn't be surprised if I at least started the vlog, but I guess we're gonna see. So if you don't know, when I do these cramming vlogs, they are directly inspired by Jan Agaton, I believe is her last name. My brain is just not all here today, I'm gonna be honest, so I apologize for that, but I believe her last name is Agaton. I will link her channel down below. I love her videos so much, and yeah, like I said, definitely someone who inspired me to do this. So thank you to her, and I really enjoy filming these cramming vlogs. The main objective of these cramming vlogs is to cram as many things in as you can. I'm gonna cram as many things in as I can until midnight tomorrow through whatever means necessary. Audiobook, ebook, physical book, you name it. I'm gonna try my best to get stuff done. I will say the only thing that I'm worried about is if I do read Happy Place in this vlog, I want to annotate it because I started annotating it and I just never like finished reading it and annotating it, so I'd want to do that. And then obviously The Graham Effect, I am annotating. I am so in love with that book, so I didn't want to continue on with that. And then Night Shift, I'm obviously annotating as well, so I want to kind of be realistic here and say that I would like to get more into Night Shift and The Graham Effect. I don't know if I'm gonna finish them just because of me annotating them and stuff, but you never know. But with all that being said, I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this this video. I will say that I do need to edit my TBR. Hopefully that's not going to take too long, but you know, you never know. So anyways, with all that being said, I will let you guys go and I hope you enjoy the video. Hi besties, what's up? So it is just like literally a couple minutes later. If you can hear the little squeaks, that is baby. I'm holding her right down here. She's sleepy, so I'm trying to get her to go to sleep. She's very sleepy. I can see it in her little eyeballs. But anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about night shift. We aren't gonna rehash this because I know I've talked about it in the past couple vlogs, I feel like. But this writing sometimes comes off so freaking cringy. Oh, I'm not being mean. It's okay. And I know that you guys would think that this is one of my favorite 5-star books, like favorites of all time, and it's not. So, but I figured like, so here's the thing. I will read some of it and I will be like, oh my gosh, like I love this book. It's so good. I don't know why I rated it 3.5 stars. And then there will be a line that our main character will think or say and I'll be like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I will say the writing is just a tad cringy at some points, but it's not that big of a deal. Obviously, like I bought it, I'm annotating it all within the span of like 2-3 weeks. So it's, like I said, it's not that big of a deal. And that's the last time I'm gonna talk on that because I feel like I've been kind of saying that and I feel mean saying that. I don't mean to, but I don't want anybody to ever get the wrong impression. I'm sure people will get the wrong impression when they see my annotated flip through that I want to do of this book. But I did want to try like not a different annotating style because it's not different necessarily than what I do. But I did want to kind of like deface a book and annotate it as much as possible, like as a practice, because I have annotated a bunch of books before, but never to this like extent, I guess. So I wanted to kind of see what it would look like and how I would feel about it before I go on and read like the Throne of Glass series, or before I don't know, before I do any rereads of like my all-time favorites. I wanted to see how I would feel about this. And yeah, I'm really loving my annotations. I think that a lot of people, like, my annotations are probably going to be kind of like hit or miss for. Like there's one page in particular that I think I'm going to get a lot of flack for. That's actually like my favorite page that I've done, because a lot of people complain about how some books are so annotated they don't know how people read them, and I feel like this page is that page. Like I have doodles all the way around it. I have like lyrics. I have like, what's it called? Stuff from the book too. So I feel like a lot of people are going to look at how I'm annotating this book and be like, how do you even read stuff like that? And you know what? I don't know, but it's a creative outlet for me. And did you see her little hand? That's so funny. It's like a huge creative outlet for me and I'm really enjoying it. But other than that, I've also started kind of watching Dance Moms in the background. It just kind of happened accidentally. I was watching like compilations and then all of a sudden full episodes started filing on my YouTube. Full episodes started coming on my watch next. So I just started watching them, and can I just say, like, I cannot believe, obviously I was like young when these girls were on Dance Moms. I'm their age about. So of course, while I was 7 or 8 and they were 7 and 8, I wasn't really recognizing how rough the situation must have been for the kids, especially. And of course, I feel like there's always gonna be a level of like dramatization, if that's a word, because obviously it's reality TV. But can I just say, I have a new appreciation for Holly, because I've always liked all of the moms in their own special way, but Holly is just so classy. I really like her, and I think Nia is a beautiful dancer. I think all of them are really pretty dancers. And Christy and Chloe are also some of my favorites too. Maybe I should say Makenzie because we share the same name. But yeah, those two. And I really like Paige. I can't remember their mom's name right now, but yeah, I really like all the dance moms. I know that you could argue, why would these moms let their kids be in these positions? And I agree to a certain extent, but also, I don't know, like, unfortunately, at the time, I don't think they realized the mental and emotional toll it was taking on the kids long term, or that it would have on the kids long term, because Abby is just kind of rough. She really is. But anyways, I think Holly is so classy and I really like her. So you did not need my me talking about my favorite moms and stuff, but there you go. So anyways, I will let you guys go. I'm gonna go and read some more, and I will talk to you guys when I have a more substantial update than just cringy writing and a couple pages. So oh, I forgot to, sorry, give me one hot second. I guess I forgot to like clear off my SD card. That's the whole reason I edited my video yesterday. Okay, one second. Goodness gracious, I look like I've been hit by a train. And I also feel like I've been hit by a train. So like, look and feel. We got that down for the count. Okay. before we get into the reading updates, if I look exhausted, it's because I am. I am emotionally spent today and it's only 11 o'clock. It was a rough night last night and it's kind of been a little bit of a rough morning for me emotionally. I don't know if I'm PMSing and that's what's going on, because usually, like, I gave Oakley a bath and when I pulled her out, she was good. And then I laid her on the bed to start getting her dressed and she started screaming and crying. And so then I started crying because she was crying. And then she finally calmed down and then there were a bunch of boogers in her nose. So I had to like suck them out and she really hates that. And she started screaming and crying again. And then I started crying again. So it's just kind of been one of those mornings. She's asleep right now, so hopefully I'm in here. I want to, obviously there's no sheets on my bed. I just stripped the sheets and my pillowcases and stuff are in the washing machine. I have other sheets that I'm just gonna put on it. I'm not even that worried about it, but I'm here to give you guys updates. Okay, I know what I said, and like, let's just call a spade a spade. I'm a liar when it comes to, I'm gonna stop talking about this book. No, I'm not. Like, I'm a big fat liar. Okay, no fault of the book and every fault of this beautiful cover. Obviously, like, I'm obsessed with this cover, but I am so sorry. You cannot, like, I'm picturing him, right? I'm picturing him. But when you say he looks as dangerous as like someone in the mafia, I can't take you seriously. Maybe I can find the passage. When I do my annotated flip through, I think a bunch of people are not going to like it. I know this is kind of a random thought here, but people do not like overly annotated stuff, right? And I think that, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. I think I was talking about like overly annotated books. Yeah, people don't like them. They think that they're unreadable after you like annotate them to a certain degree. I don't know. This is like an art project. This is like, because this book, while I really like it for what it is, I mean, obviously, like, I wouldn't be spending this much time annotating it if I didn't. This is kind of like a trial run to see how much I want to annotate, and like when I reread Throne of Glass or when I reread the Chestnut Spring series soon. Like, I want to see how much is too much, and so far I have not found that line. So we might be in for a ride for that one. I think that when I do my annotated flip through, it's gonna be kind of polarizing depending on how many people watch it, because they're gonna be like, how can you write so much crap on one page and highlight it and tab it? Like, doesn't it make it unreadable? No, I don't think it does. I could see how people might, but maybe it's the ADHD. That is like also another reason I think that I can read so many things at once and keep them all like straight in my head. But as soon as I get done finishing books, you best believe they're out. Anyways, so his dark hair shines under the neon glow of the cyan and magenta lights, and his face is something carved from or out of Greek antiquity. All hard angles and romantic curves cast in, I don't know that word, I'm not going to say it, I'll put it on the screen. So sorry. I may like to read, I don't know English. That may be my first language and my only language. I still don't know English. Okay. Even surrounded by assorted student athletes, Vincent is impressively tall and broad. He looks more dignified than a prince of the underworld and more dangerous than a mafia hitman on the job, more dominant than a billionaire in a tailored suit, which is an utterly silly thing for my brain to decide since he's wearing a black t-shirt, dark wash jeans, and scuffed white sneakers, which is basic college boy party attire, apparently. I don't know, I didn't go to college parties. I barely went to college. I went for a couple semesters, but like, I'm sorry, that description with this is just, it makes me giggle. I'm sorry. Because, like, this guy looks like the softest marshmallow I've ever seen. And when I picture who, like, you know, I picture more of a dark romance character, like, think Zaid. I'm thinking more Zaid and less Vincent Knight, but that's okay. Anyways, I am really liking it. There's still some stuff that when it pops up, I'm like, I'm also circling every time miscommunication is brought up. So that's fun because for some reason, that's all they can freaking bring up in this book. Miscommunication is my least favorite trope. Like, I'm sorry. I feel like this book kind of hits it a little bit too much on the nose. So there's one, there's two. I know that there's probably a lot more. Or like just mentions of communication too, which is fine. But three, I feel like there's more than three. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But like all I'm saying is that I kind of want to shake the author for how much she's like, we hate miscommunication in this house, and then that's all this book is. Like, we are hitting the nail on the head a little bit too much for my liking. Anyways, there's Night Shift. I would say that that's my last time talking about it in this video. We both know it's a lie unless I decide not to read any more of it, which is also a possibility. Alrighty, we got to little friend right here. She seems fine now. We'll see how long that lasts. Okay, next let's talk about my more substantial feat of this vlog. I finally finished The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Chris Broadbent. I read this much of the book, so a little under half. And I don't know if this is right book, wrong time, because I think I'm gonna rate it 3.75 stars. There were parts of it that I really enjoyed, and I don't want to call this book overhyped because I don't think that it's overhyped. I think it's good. I just, for some reason, me and this book had a little bit of a disconnect. Like I said, I really liked it, and I can't even tell you what I didn't like about it. Can't even tell you I can't even tell you what's wrong with it, to be honest. It's just a little bit of a disconnect with me in the book. I think right now I'm gonna settle on a 3.75 stars. I'll probably rate it 4 stars on Goodreads, but yeah, 3.75 stars seems about right. And then I also decided to start Sixth Scorched Roses, also by Carissa Broadbent, and is the novella in between books 1 and 2. I am on page 122. I might be a little bit further than that, but I'm liking this as well. Now that one, I kind of have a little bit of a bone to pick with it because it's good, but the problem is that I was expecting it to blow me out of the water with how much people talk about loving it and stuff. I was like, oh, this is gonna be the next best thing since sliced bread. It's not. It's good, but it's probably sitting about the same line as Serpent and the Wings of Night. So after I finish Sixth Scorched Roses, I might try to read something else. I don't think I'm gonna finish this series right now. Maybe next month I could possibly try, but at this current moment in time, I don't know that it's the right time for me to read that. So I guess I need to figure out something else. Like, I have Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I have The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. Sorry, I'm like, they're down here on the shelf, so that's kind of why I'm looking at them. So I have those two that I could definitely read and listen to. And I've also gotten the audiobook from Book of the Month for the one poetry collection. Oh, I have Just for the Summer. Maybe, okay, I did just get Just for the Summer, and I feel like I should probably prioritize a little bit my 2024 TBR since I'm literally failing that so bad. But I forgot I have it somewhere in my bedroom. I have no clue where. Oh, you know what? I literally have, you know what? You seem content. I'm not gonna mess with that. If she's content with her binky, then I'm just gonna let it go. But I got Pretty Boys Are Poisonous by Megan Fox. They had that on audiobook, and I have like quite a few like credits, I guess, through Book of the Month. So I got that, and then I got Spitting Gold as my actual like Book of the Month, the audiobook for that. And then I also got The Familiar because I have The Familiar right there and I really want to read it. I just haven't gotten around to it. Ooh, I also have Rock Paper Scissors downloaded. I have way too many audiobook apps at this point. Like, I'm using Book of the Month as an audiobook thing. I have Scrib, or Everhand, I mean, and then I have Audible. But anyways, but I do have Just for the Summer. I don't know where my copy is though. I think it might still be in that tote waiting to be unboxed because it was on sale for like $9, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna snatch that because it's an anticipated release for a bunch of people, including myself. Anyways, so I do want to say this. If I would have known this, my option of like books might have been a little different because you can only get 3 audiobooks at once on Book of the Month, and then they cut you off. And if I would have known that, I really want to read Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. So that's probably not gonna happen next month unless there's like a glitch in the system and I can get it tomorrow because tomorrow's a new month and they said only 3 per month. So I'm gonna see. Maybe I'll tell you guys. Maybe I'll tell you guys tomorrow when I wrap up the vlog. But so I'm gonna finish Six Scorched Roses, and then I'm gonna move on to Pretty Boys Are Poisonous because I have wanted to read that for a while. I've just never like bit the bullet to buy it because I didn't want to buy it. I didn't want to buy like the audiobook or the Kindle version. So honestly, having 3 credits with Book of the Month is kind of like having free books, even though I've been paying for it. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I don't have very much longer in Six Scorched Roses. If I keep listening to it at 3 times speed, I have like less than 30 minutes, so I should finish that relatively soon, and then I'll jump on to the other one. I do want to say too, like, this cramming vlog is just for fun. I'm not even behind on my Goodreads goal. I don't know. It's just fun, and yeah. So I'm gonna go. I want to at least make my bed. I think that'll make me feel better if I just make my bed. Granted, my pillowcases are in the washer right now, so I won't be able to like actually fully make it, but I don't know. Hi, you just watching me. Anyways, this clip has been way too long at this point, so I will talk to y'all in a little bit with some more updates, hopefully, with my final rating definitely for 6 Scorched Roses. Alrighty, so I am about to go to my parents' house and hang out there for a little while. Miss Oakley's gonna hang out with Grandma and Mommy's gonna take a nap because every time I go to do something, she just screams and cries for me, which is fine. It's not a big deal, but I did want to hurry and update you guys before I go over there because something tells me I'm probably, even though I'll take my camera, I'm probably not gonna update you guys while I'm over there. Nothing personal, just the truth. So, let's start with Pretty Boys Are Poisonous by Megan Fox. I liked it. It was fine. I don't think any of the poems really necessarily stood out to me, so I rated that one 3 stars. I charged my ring light, so I wonder, well, it said it was charged. Maybe it's broken though. Oh. So if I put it around here, ooh, hey, the only problem is you guys can now see it, but yeah, it's just a mini ring light, but maybe that's good so that like if I look down we don't get backlighting. Look at me. Anyways, so I finished that. I rated it 3 stars. Like I said, nothing to write home about, but it was fine. Not memorable. I'm probably not ever gonna think about it again until I do my wrap up, I guess. But anyways, then I also finished I keep saying that, I don't know why. Then I also finished 6 Scorched Roses by Krista Broadbent, and I did like it. I ended up rating it 4 stars, so I think I liked it a little bit more than the first book, but not by much, I don't think. So it was fine. I don't know. I really thought that I was going to be literally so obsessed with it. But I will say that I did like the last third better than the first 2/3. I don't know. So there are those 2 finished. I'm going to take my Kindle over to my parents' house because I think we're gonna stay the night there too tonight. And I am going to try to read An Alchemist Vow as well. I'd like to finish that. I'm just so sick of seeing it on my currently reading, and I really want to get into the actual like series that she's written, so I'm gonna try to do that. And other than that, I guess we'll go from that when I finish it. And if I do, maybe I will try to update you guys at my parents' house. I'm just kind of intimidated because every time I like update anything at my parents' house, I get made fun of a little bit, but I guess we'll see. Ooh, also, there's a cowboy romance that came out that's on KU, A Cowboy in the Streets by Elizabeth Bright. I downloaded that on KU, so I might also, I don't know. I need to focus on my physical TBR. I need to do that, or on my currently reading shelf on Goodreads. So I don't know, we'll see. But other than that, I am going to let you guys go. I'm gonna go get Miss Oakley in her car seat. Wish me luck. She really, really hates that thing with a burning passion. And I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Hi besties, what's up? Okay, I'm not surprised, but I am kind of shocked at these turn of events. So it is what, 11:12 the next day? I can't remember, but I don't even have my phone. It is almost 11 next day, and I don't remember if I told you guys, but I went to go stay with my parents last night. Much needed, much needed. I am very, very grateful that my mom is so willing to take care of her for a night every so often so that I can get some sleep. But anyways, that's not what I'm coming here to talk to you guys about. So on a whim, yesterday when I was leaving my my house, I decided to grab Punk 57 by Penn Douglas. And I honestly, I don't know what possessed me to do that, to be honest. But I really ended up enjoying this. This was the perfect buddy to my antics last night when I couldn't fall asleep until 2 a.m. So essentially, if you don't know, this book follows Misha and Ryan, and when they were younger, their teachers mistakenly put them together as pen pals, thinking that each of them were the opposite gender, if that makes sense. So Ryan's teacher thought that Misha was a girl, Misha's teacher thought that Ryan was a boy. And after years of deciding that they weren't going to meet each other in real life just in case it would ruin things, Ryan ends up going to a party for Misha and his band, and Misha ends up finding out who Ryan is, but Ryan still doesn't know who Misha is, and because of that, it kind of ruins his opinion of her. How are all my SD cards out of freaking storage? I must talk too much. Okay, sorry. Okay, there we go. We should be good. I didn't realize that this SD card had like a bunch of footage from October of last year that I've already posted the vlog for. Silly me. Anyways, so after Misha finds out who Ryan is, it essentially ruins the idea of her in his head, and he tries not to dwell on it, but he stops writing her letters. And I really actually ended up enjoying this book. I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it. The main reason being they're in high school and there are spicy scenes, and I was kind of worried that because of that I would just like be icked out by it. To be fair, Misha and Ryan are both 18 in this book, so it's not like 16-year-olds or anything, but it is something to note. Do I think that adults should be writing heavy spicy scenes between teenagers? That's up for debate. I don't know. I don't know. I do feel like this probably maybe should have been set in a college setting, like first year of college instead of like last year of high school, but I do understand why it needed to be set at a high school because of, yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter what I think. But I ended up rating this 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I did run it through Copile, which is, I believe, a spreadsheet designed from G over at Bookish Roast. I will link it down below in case you were curious about it, but it did come out as a 5 on there, but I don't think this is a 5-star book. Could it be upon reread? Possibly. And there are a bunch of parts that I actually really want to annotate. This seems to be like a thing in some of my books that I love is like hidden identity or lying about your identity, which in this book, I can kind of see why it happened, but I still don't love it. So anyways, that's Punk 57. I'm really glad I read it. And yeah, that kept me like, I was good. I was thoroughly entertained. I basically listened to the whole thing minus a couple chapters in one foul swoop. So I did really enjoy it. Then on my way back home, I don't have baby with me. She is still at my parents' house with her aunt and her grandma and grandpa, and I'm gonna get this house cleaned because I'm so freaking sick of looking at it. Anyways, I started Icebreaker. This is on my June TBR, and it is June now. So I did want to read this. I really need to get a head start on my June TBR because it's big. If you haven't seen it, I will link it down below. I'm trying to decide when I should post this video. Maybe I'll post it the second week. I don't know. I feel conflicted because then everything will be out of order, but I guess maybe it doesn't really matter when I post it. But or maybe I'll just like go balls to the walls and post it on Tuesday. I guess we'll see. It probably really doesn't matter, but it matters to me. So anyways, I'm really liking this. All I know is that it's a hockey player and ice skater romance, and yeah, that's really all I know about it. So I'm liking that so far. I'm hoping that I can get a good chunk of the way through. Much to my surprise, it's actually on Spotify Premium, so I can do that. It says I have 13 hours and 8 minutes left, but I don't think that's right because I'm listening to it at 2.7 speed, but I'm 2% of the way through. So yeah, there's that. Like I said, I'm liking it. I'm really excited for this book, so I am gonna go and get cleaning. I think my first action of business is to start with my room, and as soon as I get sick of it and if I feel like I'm not making any progress, I'll go to like an easier room in the house because my bedroom is by far like the worst in the house. And that's really embarrassing to say, but it's the truth. It's just fallen to the wayside because every time, you know, I decide to do something, I end up having to take care of my baby all day, which is not like, I know how that sounds and I don't mean it how it sounds, if that makes sense. So yeah, with all that being said, I'm gonna continue listening to Icebreaker. I hope I continue to thoroughly enjoy it because I am right now. And with all that being said, I will talk to you guys probably before I go back over to my parents' house. I think I'm going to extend this vlog until tomorrow night because I would still like to finish The Alchemist Vow in this video. So yeah, I'm just, if it's not the baby crying, it's Diablo screaming at me. Come here, Dobbies. What do you want? No. Stop scratching my bed. But yeah, with all that being said, I will talk to you guys in a little bit before I go back to my parents' house. And hopefully I'm at least halfway through this. I do plan on listening to the audiobook the whole time I'm cleaning, so. And I also want to like do an everything shower as well, but that takes a lot of time. So I guess we'll see how much I can get done. But my goal is to be back over at my parents' house within the next 2.5 hours. I don't think it'll take me that long to clean the house, but you never know. So anyways, I will talk to y'all in just a little bit. Hi besties, what's up? So it is a couple days later. It is Thursday today, and I had my surgery on Tuesday. Everything went well. I'm in pain. I'm in a lot of pain. I apologize for the wacky angle that this might be. I had my tripods and such in a pink bag, and I could not tell you where I put that pink backpack, so hopefully I'll be able to find it eventually. Oh, you know what? I just found it. It's under my pile. So I guess we'll have it for next time, or we'll know for next time, but I have to update you guys on a few things. So let me pull up Goodreads because I have finished 3 things since we last spoke. I believe I talked to you about Punk 57, so that's good. Now let's talk to you about, I guess I don't have it in here with me. I did. But I also finished Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, and I liked it. I rated it 3 stars. I think I was expecting something more like, I don't know, how groundbreaking can a hockey romance be? But like, that's kind of like, from the way people were describing it, I was expecting something groundbreaking, earth-shattering, like I was gonna be obsessed with it. And unfortunately, that just didn't happen. It was fine. It was good. I started Wildfire, and if I like Wildfire, I'm probably gonna keep Icebreaker. But yeah, unfortunately, I just did not love Icebreaker as much as I thought I would. So 3 stars. It wasn't terrible by any means. And there were definitely parts of the book that I would like to go back and like reread and annotate and stuff, but overall I thought I was going to be more obsessed with the book. I think, yeah, I just was not overly impressed by it, I guess. then I decided to get a short audiobook on, and I decided to read Mislaid and Parts Half Known by Seanan McGuire. This is the 9th book in the Wayward Children series, and I rated it 4 stars. I really, really liked it. So I don't think I can really go into too much detail of what this one is about, but every other book we either follow, we get to go to a world and see the world in detail, or we follow the main crew of kids and we get to see like their adventures as they're trying to figure out some things. And that was what this book was about, going to a world and figuring out things, I guess. So I liked it. I rated it 4 stars. Not necessarily like a super favorite from this series, but I did still really enjoy it. I thought there were some really good quotes and really good writing, but there always is. I really like Seanan McGuire's prose and her writing and storytelling. I think it's really good. And then I decided that I needed to get my NetGalley score up because I'm pretty sure is at a whopping 0%. Yeah, last year I got approved for a bunch of arcs that were due at the beginning of this year, like all at once, and I didn't finish any of them. So I wanted to get those reviews up and stuff. I feel bad, but yeah, if I'm gonna get arcs off of NetGalley, I need to be better about it. So I read Belly of the Beast by Charles Armstrong, and I rated it 3 stars. So I listened to the audiobook. I actually like got the audiobook off of Audible because I obviously didn't have like access to it anymore. I originally got like an AI generated version, I believe, or like something like that. And I couldn't do it with the narrator. I couldn't do it. So I listened to the sample and I was like, okay, the audiobook sounds good. And unfortunately, so this one sounded more like a graphic audio to me. So like think the ACOTAR books. And I don't think it worked for this book in particular. I think that there were too many narrators, first of all. I mean, this is a middle grade story. There were like narrators for every single different character and stuff. And then we weren't really getting explanations. It felt like we were just thrown around to different places and there was little to no explanation on everything. So yeah, I feel bad. I rated that one 3 stars. It didn't do anything wrong per se, but it didn't do anything right either. So yeah, there's that. So now to get to what I am currently reading. Good grief, I have a bunch of missed calls. Why do I have so missed calls? Anyways, I decided to catch up on the Wayward Children series even more because I didn't realize that there were some more novellas in between these novellas because I feel like, you know, they're short enough to be novellas. Anyways, so I am currently reading one of the ones that's on here. Juice Like Wounds. I'm reading Juice Like Wounds. The only way you can read this is on Tor's website, and I see why you would do that, but I don't understand why you can't get it on Kindle. I think it's silly. I do. So I started that, and yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm almost done with it. I just need to get on my tablet, which I'm like reading it on because I can't download it onto my Kindle, and reading it on my phone just was not cutting it, so I need to get on there and finish it. It's fine. We're getting a little bit more backstory on Lundy, so I did really like that. Also reading Wildfire. Like I said, I really like Wildfire so far. I don't even know how far into it I am though, so I guess take my opinion with a grain of salt if you want to. What am I listening to this on? Am I listening to it on Audible? I have too many audiobook things going on right now. No, I don't think I am. Am I listening? Oh, Everand. I'm listening to it on Everand. Because my new thing is seeing if I can listen to the audiobooks for free, even though obviously Everand isn't free. I'm that far through chapter 11, if that means anything to you guys. But yeah, I'm really liking Russ and Aurora so far. I'm liking this a lot better than I was liking the first one. I don't know. The jury's still out though. I could change my mind, but I do think that Wildfire is a little bit better. I will probably hold off. I know the next book is about Henry and I love Henry, but I might hold off on reading that one until I see some reviews coming in. I don't know. But that is definitely my favorite cover of the whole series is the next one in the series. I like all the covers though. So I'm liking Wildfire. And then is there anything else I wanted to talk to you guys about? I also started a poetry collection called I Used to Love You by Amelia Malik, I think is how you say their last name, M-L-A-K. And I heard about this one on TikTok. I think the author actually messaged me on TikTok, so I'm reading that one and I'm liking the poem so far. I'm not very far into it at all, so I don't feel like I have too many groundbreaking things to say about it, but oh, I guess I'm 37% of the way through it. From what I remember, I'm liking it, but anyways, I'm gonna go and continue on with that and then try to read some more Wildfire probably. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to figure out what I'm in the mood for because my mood is just all over the place, which is why I'm currently reading like 50 million books. But with that being said, I'm gonna also continue to try to grow my NetGalley arc book like rating because I'm at 17% now. These are the books that I have to read and review. I have Winter Harvest and All the Fragile Hearts on my Kindle. Rise of the Cinder Fae, I believe, is on KU, so I definitely want to read that one. And then I have A Sweet Sting of Salt on Audible. I used one of my credits for that one, I believe. And then the last one, To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods, I need to figure out how I'm gonna get that one. I was really hoping it would be on like Everand or something, but it is not. And the, what's it called? The ebook is like $13 and I don't know about that. So I don't know, but I would like to read a couple of them. And I think that if I remember correctly, Winter Harvest is a little over 200 pages. And then I need to see it on All the Fragile Hearts because it doesn't tell me on my thing how long it is on my Kindle app. 433. Okay, so yeah, it's time for me to go, as you guys can probably hear. So I will talk to you in just a little bit with some more reading updates, I hope. And hopefully I can get some like B-roll because I've been sucking at that, but who knows if I can. I think the way I have my ice pack looks really silly, so I guess we'll see. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Hi besties, what's up? I do not remember the last time we talked, and I'm just now kind of realizing how much of a mess I look like, but that's okay. We have some updates to do. I guess I thought I returned this. I guess I'm sweating. Holy freak. Hi besties, what's up? It is Friday today. Hi besties, what's up? It is Friday today, and after an eventful couple of minutes, I can finally like sit down and talk to you guys. I sat down to film, and then I had to see how far into Wildfire I was. Little Miss decided to spit up all for dinner, so that was exciting, but she's fine now. She's good. But I have a couple of updates. So let's first talk about Juice Like Wounds by Shannon McGuire. I gave that book 3 stars. It was underwhelming. I don't know. I don't really have much to say about it. I did kind of like the background story that we got, but that's about it. And then I also finished I Used to Love You by Amelia Malik. You guys can see that. And again, same kind of thing. I was kind of underwhelmed by it. I rated it 3 stars. Poetry is very like selective, I guess, or like not selective, but very personal to the person who's reading it. So just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you guys won't, but yeah, it's on KU if you're interested. That's the only reason I picked it up. Next, let's talk about another. Okay, let's talk about Wildfire. If I did not only have like what 100 and some odd pages left, I have like 120 pages left, I would probably like, well, I don't want to DNF it because I want to see where it goes, but I'm pretty sure that every single book that I've read in this video off of my physical TBR besides Punk 57 is going to get unhauled. This book is also underwhelming. So if you guys don't know, this book follows Aurora and Russ, and basically they have a one-night stand, and a little while later they end up being counselors at the same camp, and essentially they can't have a relationship because they're counselors. I will say I am liking this one more than Icebreaker, but one of my like requirements to stay on my TBR is that I would want to go back and reread and annotate the book. I don't think I want to go back and reread this book, much less annotate it. I guess like the last 120 pages could change my mind, but at this point it's sitting at like a 3.5 stars. I'm just really bummed about it. Like I thought I was really gonna like this and Icebreaker and Serpent in the Wings of Night, and I just have not liked any of them as much as I thought I would. So there's that. That's kind of a bummer, but it's okay. I'm gonna continue on. I'm gonna finish it out strong, see where we land on it. Other than that, I have a little book haul. So one of these books I knew was I mean, I guess I kind of knew both of them were coming, but I don't. Okay, I'll explain it when I get there. So first we have Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I'm in my Elsie Silver era right now, even though I haven't read any Elsie Silver books in this video, but I wanted this one. I wanted to have it in case I read it and wanted to annotate it. Figured I might as well just buy it now as opposed to later. I really love Elsie Silver. I read the whole Chestnut Spring series before this. Really excited to read this. Also, either tomorrow or Sunday, you guys are probably going to see me haul the first Gold Ranch Rush book, or whatever that series is called by her. Very excited for that one too. I think I'll read that one first. They're releasing new covers, so I think I'm probably going to read all of them on my Kindle first. I did pre-order the second one, but if I don't like them, then I can just obviously cancel that pre-order. But anyways, then this is the one, The Anomaly. The one that I have no clue where it came from, how I heard about it. I thought that maybe I had like found it on TikTok or something, but I can't for the life of me figure out where I found this. So, The Musician and the Monster by Megan Van Dyke. I mean, it sounds interesting. I genuinely do not know where I heard about this. And look how awful this text is. Why is it so small? Oh my gosh. No. If I read this book, I'm not reading it physically. Bought it. Ooh, look at that artwork though. Actually, that's really pretty. And I love the cover. I cannot figure out where the heck I heard about this from. And all the chapters are like that. So it's a beautiful book. I just have no clue where I even heard about this book from. Because I even looked on I looked on TikTok, which is where I've been like finding a lot of like authors and stuff. And I was like, I definitely heard about it on TikTok. I'm not following anybody with her name that I could find. So that's cool. Glad I did that. With all that being said, after I finish Wildfire, which should be hopefully tonight, I need to find something else to read. Okay, I think another reason that I'm having an issue with this book, right, is I find a way to bring this book up in every single video I film, but Night Shift by Annie Crown. I've been rereading and annotating that book, and there is a huge miscommunication trope in that book, and it is brought up by the characters, and I just feel like when characters are having a miscommunication. Alrighty, we have my little Squeak sitting on my lap, so if you can hear her little baby hiccups, that's what's going on. But essentially what I was saying is that when miscommunication is happening, I do not like how the character, in this book and in Night Shift both, break almost the fourth wall, and they're like, this is the miscommunication trope. I can't believe you're making me fall into the miscommunication trope. It's annoying, and I don't like it. So I think that's part of my issue, because every time Russ and Aurora have something happen where they're kind of miscommunicating, Aurora's like, you made me miscommunicate with you or whatever, and I'm like, miscommunication works both ways, bestie. And I don't know, I'm so underwhelmed by this. I'm so mad. I was supposed to like Icebreaker, I was supposed to like this, I was supposed to like the Carissa Broadbent books I read, and I'm underwhelmed by every single book that I've read in this video besides Punk 57. Who would have thought? So anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm currently editing my wrapping up all my books that I've read this year video, so I am gonna continue editing that, and I'm gonna finish this, and I will probably give you my final thoughts on Wildfire either later tonight or it's probably gonna be Sunday. I don't know yet, but I don't know. I'm underwhelmed, and I'm mad that basically all the books on my physical TBR that I've read are probably gonna get unhauled. Obviously with Serpent and the Wings of Night though, I'm gonna read the second book before I ultimately decide if I'm gonna unhaul it, and I'm just really glad I did not pull the trigger on those special editions that they were putting out, because I'd be super mad if I ordered them and I didn't like the books. So anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll talk to you later with some more updates. Hi besties, what's up? It is a couple days later. It is Monday. Hopefully the lighting is okay. My ring light died, and so I'm kind of using a book light. I don't know. We're just gonna go with it. But I have quite a few updates for you because I honestly don't think I've updated this vlog since I finished Icebreaker. And if I'm wrong, I guess I'm wrong. But, oh no, actually, I think I did. Did I tell you guys about Misladen Parts Half Known by Shauna Maguire? I think I might have. It was 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It's the 9th book in the Wayward Children series. Then I finished Belly of the Beast by Charles Armstrong in an attempt to get my NetGalley score up. I listened to the audiobook, and I didn't realize that on Audible, if you buy the audiobook, you can't return it. You can only return it if it's credited. So that sucks. So I wasted money on that. It was 3 stars, and I'm gonna lose my marbles, Dobbies. Okay, I'd like to apologize. Sorry. I think someone is doing some work out there, which it's Monday. Why aren't people at work? But anyways, then I finished Juice Like Wounds, and that one was fine. We got some background on Lundy, and that was fun, and her world, but yeah, it wasn't anything to write home about, basically. It was just fine. And then I Used to Love You, Poems Inspired by the Truth by Amelia Malik. I gave that one 3 stars as well. And then we have Wildfire. Now, I don't know if I updated you guys when I finished this. I honestly can't remember, but I have very mixed feelings about this book. At this point, I think I'm gonna land on a 3.5 stars, rated 3 stars on Goodreads for now. I don't know. I'm having really mixed feelings because I loved the last 120 pages of this book, but what about the first 250 pages that were literally so mid? The last 120 pages to me were 4-star material, and then the first part of the book was 3-star, 2.5 maybe. So I don't know. I feel like I just need to reread it eventually, which is not gonna bode well for me because I feel the same way about Icebreaker. I feel like I possibly need to reread Icebreaker as well, just to make sure that I don't like it before I unhaul both of them. And then obviously Serpent and the Wings of Night and 6 Scorched Roses. I did not love those as much as I thought I was going to. So I'm gonna read the last book in that little duology thing and see see if I like it. I'm bummed because I really, really want the newest book that's coming out in that series on my shelves because it is possibly one of the most gorgeous covers I've ever seen. I mean, look at that cover. It is gorgeous. I want it on my shelves, but if I don't like the books, then I don't know that I can really justify. I'm so sorry. My little book lamp is not doing what a ring light does, but I don't think I can justify buying the next book in this series. 3 and 3.5 stars aren't bad necessarily, but yeah, anyways. And then I also DNF'd a book. So it is called A Winter's Promise, I believe. So it's called Winter Harvest and it's by Iona. Not gonna try to pronounce their last name. I apologize. But I also got this book off of NetGalley. Unfortunately for me, I got like 5 books off of NetGalley at the exact same time. And yeah. I couldn't finish any of them. So we're still trying to get that score up, but I DNF'd this one at 10%. And I feel bad for the author because in order to leave my thoughts on the book, I had to give it a rating on NetGalley. So I rated it 3 stars. I didn't count it towards my Goodreads goal. I read 10%. I don't think that's fair, but basically I thought it was something that it wasn't. If that makes sense. Like, I thought it was a Greek myth retelling, not like a Greek myth telling. Like, it felt more like reading a textbook almost than, I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't for me, unfortunately. So I feel bad for the author that I had to rate it 3 stars on NetGalley, but I wanted to get my score up and yeah. So I got it up with those 2 books, and then I also read 60 pages of Night Shift, and I really need to finish it in next week's vlog because I really want to do like an annotated flip through. I think that'd be really fun. I'm very excited to finish up this read. Yeah, like I said, I apologize that it's going into so many vlogs and then there's gonna be a whole nother video on it. I'm so sorry, but I'm not that sorry, honestly. Like, I'm having a lot of fun reading this book for a second time. Is it the best form of literature ever? No. But do I really like it? Yes. It is perfect for what I need it for. So I also read 30 pages of The Graham Effect. Also annotating this one. I was hoping to finish this one as well because I feel like we are just like, ooh, look, I annotated a lot on this page too. I'm just having so much fun annotating. I'm like having the time of my life, to be honest, but I'm excited to finish reading this because not only am I like absolutely obsessed with this book, but I also have the Dixon Rule on my TBR for this month and I need to finish this before I read the Dixon Rule. Not that I think it's that big of a deal if I don't, but I do want to. So I'm just so obsessed with this book. Like, all my annotations, that is just so satisfying to me. And I think the most satisfying part is that I'm not like using the regular standard tabs. I'm using like color-coded tabs. So it's just fun. I feel like they match the books a lot better. Like, you know, this annotation key, which I think I've already shown you guys, but I'm going to show you again. And then we have like the Graham Effect one. And I feel like, yeah, I just feel like the annotation keys that I chose go really well with the color of the book. So I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Sports romance is totally my jam. I love it. So overall, I read this many pages. Don't know how many that is, but I'm sure editing Makenzie will definitely remember to put it in there. She probably didn't remember. But I am overall very happy with this video. I mean, I got 5 books off of my physical TBR. I got 1 book off of my, or no, I got a couple books off of my Audible TBR, and then a couple books off of my Kindle TBR too. So I really hit the mark on getting a bunch of like books that I like own off of my TBR, which is so good. But yeah, like I said, like I am most proud that I literally, like, when have we ever seen me read this much back to back of like series? Like, I'm so happy with this because I know I read a lot, and you know what, that is the point of these cramming vlogs. I'm surprised that I read as much as I did, even though it was like within the span of a week. I really put my whole back into reading this many books, and I'm really happy that I liked all of them, some of them more than others, but that's okay. So I'm just really happy with this cramming vlog. I'm really happy with all the books I read. Key thing to show you guys. Okay, yeah, that's all on that front, but thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys liked the video, and if you did, make sure to like it on your way out. And if you want to see my face again, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified, honestly, I would follow my Instagram, but if you don't have Instagram, click the bell notification right by the subscribe button. And other than that, I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye everyone.
When you're not here, the sun don't shine. When you're not near, I don't feel like I do.